Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Al-Shinawi, the Regional Sales Director for Suprema, Middle East. So I'm here to discuss a face recognition case study of a project that we have implemented in Egypt. The contents of this presentation is 5 points. Point number one is the introduction of Cairo Oil Refinery Company. Number two is the challenges that the client had before implementing Suprema, the solution that we have proposed to them, why they have chosen Suprema, and number five is a video of the daily activity of the time attendance at the client side. So Cairo Oil Refinery is actually having an installed capacity of 145,000 barrels per day. The products that they produce every day is LPG, gasoline, naphtha, propane, and fuel gas. The owner of this company is Cairo Oil Refining Company. The stakeholders is Egypt General Petroleum Corporation, and they are in activity since 1973. So the challenges that the client was facing is they have a number of employees, which is quite big, 3,500 employees, and they have three different locations, which is their headquarters in Cairo, the Mustarad Refinery, and Tanta Refinery. And for the people who knows about oil and gas industry, the health and safety measures is very important. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, to maintain the health and safety was actually a big challenge for them. So they decided they were not going to be used any access cards and they were not going to be used any fingerprints for time attendance purposes. So the solution that we had the Suprema has proposed is actually our Face Station 2 device. It's a high-speed face matching device, live face detection, and the operating illuminance of the device are the key factor of success over here. So the high-speed matching, which the reason we behind that we have a very powerful algorithm, Suprema algorithm, and we have a very powerful processor embedded in the device, which is 1.4 gigahertz quad-core CPU. The Face Station 2 provides the world's fastest matching speed, which is up to 3,000 match per second, and this is one of the very important success because the client didn't want to have a very big queue in the morning for their employee to access the premises. And of course, the very important part is the live face detection. So the employees cannot go in front of the device and maybe present a picture or present a selfie from their mobile and try to access the premises using a fake face. So with our technology, the person has to be present physically in front of the device to be granted access. Point number three is the operating illuminance, which is very important point as well. So in Suprema Face Station 2, we can operate in zero light, which is total darkness, up to 25,000 lux, which is a high level of lux. Before in our previous device, our Face Station 1, we had only 26 LED lights, so we had enhanced this feature in our second generation device, which is the Face Station 2. We have 140 LEDs, which of course helped us a lot to achieve the very good operating illuminance. Over here we can see a picture of the entrance of Cairo Oil Refinery premises. They have installed three speed gates with readers in and out for the employees to access the premises, which is located at Cairo Oil Refinery headquarters. And in Mustarad Refinery, Tanta Refinery, they have other devices with a total of 65 units. Now the challenge that we were facing is the client want to use only face, and during that time our device had a limitation of only 3,000 employees, and the client has 3,500 employees, which is actually more than what we can do in a single device. So we went to the client and studied the actually the setup, what they have. So they have 2,500 employees which are going to Cairo oil refinery headquarters every day and Mostorad refinery. So we had grouped them in one group, 2,700 employees. And we have another group, which is 800 employees going to Tanta refinery. So by doing this kind of group matching, we had overcome the limitation of 3,000 employees and we had achieved the company goal. It's actually, let me introduce now the new feature that we have actually proposed recently during this month, September 2020. Now we have raised the capacity from 1 to N 3,000 employees only up to 5,000 employees with and customized firmware, and whoever has such client, he can ask and go back to the Suprema sales representative to help him with the new customized firmware. Next slide is saying why Suprema, so why the client has chosen Suprema. So basically it's a very long-term relationship that we had started between Suprema and Cairo Oil Refinery. We started this relation in July 2012, which is almost 8 years ago from now. The first installation was 65 units of BioStation 1 devices. And by the time passes, the client had more requirement to install more devices. So in March 2017, we had started to supply BioStation 2, and the reason behind that our BioStation device was already obsolete. But we were still connecting our BioStation 2 devices to the BioStar 1 software. And by February 2018, we had started the migration process from BioStar 1 to BioStar 2, and we had started supplying few units of FaceStation 2 D devices to the client. So the client is happy from the performance of the device, and of course from the support and the maintenance that what he is getting from advanced technology. So that's why he continue dealing with Suprema.
يا حاج نعم حاج لا ازاي يا عم ما تقلقش لا يا حاج سمعت الله ده مش مهم البصمه دول فلوس لا البصمه اهم حد اللي بيصور الشركه هناك لا لا ببحث ما بعرفش محمود حبيبي اخبارك يا ريس الحمد لله حبيبي كويس كويس ايه فهمني ايه حبيبي يا فهم.
Thank you for listening.